Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to be watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And wow, look at that, 9 of Cups. That is probably my favorite energy, right? Maybe not my favorite card artistically, but my favorite energy. Now we're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at that. As I laid these cards out, I also would like to say that if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments, okay? This is really, really something else. All of this fire, more fire. Oh my God. Wow, this is really nuts. Let's quickly do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is the card that we are going to set aside. We're not going to look at this until the very end of the reading. That frog can hold it for us. Thank you, frog. And I think that's going to give us the confirmation that we need at the end. All right. Wow. This is really hot. We've got major arcana here and here, so 2 majors. But we have fire, 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 fire. Whew. A little bit of water here in the middle, a little bit of air and earth. So it's not very balanced. There is a tremendous amount of fire here. I think that you are really on a roll spiritually, creatively. You've taken charge of your life. You are on point. You are on track. You have all of the energy around you that you need right now. Usually I would say that all of this water and all of this fire around it is kind of like the fire's kind of attacking the water, you know? I don't feel like that's the case because we have this justice or adjustment card. This is the air. Air is usually the mediator between, at least in terms of the kind of hermetic elements. It's the mediator between the fire and the water, keeps them in balance, right? Keeps them separated if they need to be separated, but just keeps everybody happy. And we have this symbol of equilibrium and balance in the position of your environment, of what's around you. The energy that's surrounding you now is this balance between the fire and the water, okay? So I think right now your fire and your water are working in harmony. They're working hand in glove, right? The 9 of Cups. I feel like this reading is not going to be a good reading, right? Because I can't give a good enough expression to all of this energy. I'm not that good at this to really explain what this is. I hope that you'll just look at it and see the kind of awesomeness of it. And I really mean awesome as awe-inspiring. This is so bright, so much spiritual light, force, and fire right here that it's absolutely tremendous, right? I don't know what all this fire is in your life exactly, but it is all there to support this 9 of Cups. Now, the 9 of Cups is your active pursuit of your happiness, right? So I think the first thing that you have decided in your life recently, we're going back to the 2 of Wands there. You know what happiness looks like for you. You know, you have a certainty about you. You know what you want. You know what success, you know what happiness looks like. You kind of have this image of where you're going. You know what the destination is. You know, you've seen it in your heart. You've seen it in your dreams. You've seen it in your mind's eye. You've felt it spiritually. You've understood it intellectually. And now you're just pursuing it. Now you're going in that direction so that you can experience it physically, right? And the 9 of Cups is about you working to achieve your ultimate goal, your ultimate happiness. You know, whatever this might look like for you. And honestly, with all of this fire energy here, there's not a lot of room left for me to try to discover what it is that you're doing, what your happiness is. So maybe if you want to, we can make this an interactive reading, okay? If you want to leave some comments and, you can do it in real time. Of course, this is pre-recorded, but just to kind of put out there what your happiness is. What is the goal that you are after? Because I feel like you have a very clear understanding of where you're going and what you're doing and how to get there, what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. The Nine of Cups. This is perfect fulfillment and abundance on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual planes. Right? We have 3, 6, and 9. It's the perfect, it's every plane of being. It's completely holistic. Every part of you is activated and is going to experience this abundance. So you're in pursuit of your happiness, and guess what? I think at this time in your life, you're going to find it. Here's the 10 of Cups. We're going from the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. The active pursuit of your happiness and overall perfection and fulfillment, the pursuit of that to the attainment of that, right? So you're going after it and you're going to get it. That could be the end of the reading. It's not. It's only 6 minutes in. But it could be. That's all you really need to hear, is that you're actively working toward your happiness and you're going to achieve it. Now, maybe we can get an idea of what led us here, or what that happiness may look like, or who else might be involved, perhaps, but we'll see what we can learn. In the recent past, this 2 of Wands, this is your kind of a decision, but this is your understanding, your knowledge of self, the wisdom that you've attained through years, through your entire life, has led up to this moment where now this is you getting that clear vision of what your future is, of where you belong, what you're meant to do, your purpose, your happiness, your destiny, your will, your ultimate goals. What does happiness, what does fulfillment look like? Well, it looks like this. This is the picture of your happiness and your overall complete 100% fulfillment on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual planes. Creatively, in terms of your love, your connections, your romance, whatever, in terms of your physical health and well-being and success, your intellectual pursuits, your learning, your knowledge, all of it. All of it. Now, all of this fire is making me a little thirsty. I may have to drink some of my tea here in a minute. But this is what it looks like, right? This is the picture. This is the outline, the blueprint. This is the photograph, the postcard that your future sent to you. So you've got the postcard, and now you are on your way there. You're going to the destination, and you're going to get there, okay? So we've got the 2 of Wands, and this was your decision to begin this journey. This was your realization of what your future was, of your destiny, your place in the world, your purpose, all that stuff. And this was the moment you decided that you're getting in the car and you're going. You know exactly where you're going to go, and it's just going to be such a fun road trip, right? Spiritual road trip to your future, to your happiness, okay? More fire energy in the form of this Emperor energy at the top of the path of the dove. This is a little bit more mature. This is like, maybe we should have done these court cards first, because we've got this Knight of Wands. This is you got in the car and you're just so excited, you just jump in and hit the gas, right? You're not even thinking about anything. You're just so excited to get on the road. But on the other side of that, or on the top there, the cards are like this. On top of this, you have this more responsible Emperor energy, which is saying, look, yes, we're very excited to get on the road trip, but we've got to pack the car. We've got to put our seatbelts on. We've got to get gas. We've got to make sure we have food. Can't forget the pets. you know? So it's the responsible way to harness this. With the Knight of Wands here, especially beneath the surface, this horse is going to just carry you away, and you're going to be so busy enjoying it that it could be a long time before you realize, oh, damn, I forgot to pack a lunch, you know? So this is really letting this excitement carry us away. Just completely wild. The horse is really leading the charge there. So we need a little bit of this Emperor to say, look, yes, okay, good. We've got a Knight of Wands. That energy is very wonderful energy. We've got to control it a little bit. We've got to grab the reins. This is kind of the figure that's going to grab the reins on this out of control horse, this really wild stallion, right? Wild stallion. The Emperor can grab the reins, can harness that energy and direct it towards this water energy. Is going to make sure that the journey is very fun, that this is an amazing road trip, best road trip ever, and that you're going to get to your destination safely, quickly, and having the best damn time getting there, you know? So we need the Emperor. It's important. What the Emperor is taking us toward is this Four of Discs. Now, the Four of Discs could seem kind of boring, right? But if we really look at it and think about it, this is our destination. This is like our vacation home. This is the end of the road trip, is this spectacular, like, resort that we're arriving at, right? Now, I don't know if this is literal. Maybe you're going on this crazy road trip. If you are, I'd like to hear about it. I love road trips. But this is more of a spiritual, energetic road trip, right? And this is the destination. This is safety, security, stability, fulfillment. This is your own home, right? Your spiritual home, your destination. This is where you belong. This is where you are safe. This is where you are successful. This is where you can be yourself, right? Because if you can't completely let loose and let it all hang out in your own home, is it really your home, right? Home is that place that you feel most comfortable, right? And it doesn't have to be your house that you own or pay rent or that you live with other people. It's where you feel at home. Maybe it's your car. Maybe it's out in nature. Maybe it is in a certain room in your home, in your house, right? Where you feel most at home. But this is even kind of expanding on that. This is your place in space and time on your spiritual journey where you are finally at home, right? This is you finally arriving home. And that kind of makes me want to tear up. I'm getting a little misty-eyed here because it feels like you've been longing for this home. And now it feels all of this fire energy. And the water here, is like tears of joy here with this water. But finally getting home, it's almost like a movie. I was going to say Milo and Otis, but that's an old movie. I don't know if everybody remembers that movie. That movie made me cry. But they finally get home at the end. They finally make it back home. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but this is where you're supposed to be. Right? This is where you are most safe and secure and comfortable and successful, and you can most fully be yourself. It's where you are going to have your 10 cups, maybe on the mantle, maybe in a beautiful display case. Maybe they're going to be in the backyard, and your daughter's going to be filling them with mud and building mud castles. Wherever the home is, wherever this is. Now, again, you don't have to take all of this literally. I don't really mean you're going to be driving across country to your new home or something. Maybe you are. And if that's the case, I would love to hear about it again. I love road trips. But your spiritual home, knowing that where you are in your life right now, even if you never leave your block, the town, right, that you're in, you're arriving at this spiritual destination that is your home, your destiny, your purpose, where you're supposed to be spiritually, energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally. Everything is coming together to create that stability, right? To create the happiness and the stability. I think happiness is enhanced by the knowledge that this is as stable it's going to get. Yes, we're all on the earth plane. We're all in this kind of manifested world where everything is temporary. Everything eventually decays and goes away. But with this 10 of Cups and this 4 of Discs, we are building the strongest foundation possible for our happiness. We're doing everything right to make sure that it lasts for as long as possible. Okay, as long as it was meant to. We're doing everything we can to kind of secure the longevity of it. Okay, I know it's not permanent. But if we look at it a little bit more abstractly in terms of our spiritual work, well, then it is more permanent. Then it is something infinite that cannot be destroyed or taken away, right? That's spiritual happiness, finding our spiritual home. I want that to kind of sink in, because I think that's very important too. Anyway, Path of the Serpent. Gosh, more fire. Right, more fire. First, general energy, Princess of Wands. This is the feeling like you are invincible. This is that joyful feeling, of like a kid that just learns how to ride a bike, right? Just masters kind of bike riding. Now is just off, no helmet, no knee pads, going as fast as they can, jumping off curbs, doing flips and wheelies and spins and all these kinds of things, thinking that they know everything about it now, that they have mastered this. And I think that's the energy that you're approaching, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you might fall down. You might get a scrape here and there, because it kind of is like dancing with danger, right? There is that kind of tiger there. It is kind of like taking risks, like maybe running before we can really walk steadily, or thinking that we can do all of these tricks on our bicycle before we've really mastered the fundamentals, But that's okay. That's a joyful energy. That comes from enthusiasm and excitement and this sense of courage and bravery. And yeah, knowing that we might get a scrape or a bump, but it doesn't really occur to us in the moment. Like, yeah, I know I could fall down, but I feel like I'm not going to. I know I'm not going to. So this is feeling like we cannot fall from grace, even though we know that we could make a mistake and stumble. But there's almost like there's a certainty that we're not going to do that. So the Princess of Wands is also about the fire energy now manifesting, right? So all of this spiritual perfection, this kind of divine force and fire is now manifesting in your life, in the environment, through this 4 of Discs, right? All of this kind of fire energy is manifesting in the 4. And that's kind of now how you're operating. You're operating with this certainty that everything you do now, every activity, every thought, every feeling, every twitch of your muscles is like divinely inspired. And that creates that certainty and that kind of courage to do anything, really, So it's that fire and earth composite that I talk about a lot on this channel. But what we need a little bit of this mediator. We need a little bit of the adjustment, equilibrium. We don't want to run forward so fast that, the rest of the world can't really keep up with us, that we leave some energy behind. We don't want to be too much of the Knight of Wands where we just jump in the car and hit the gas. We forgot our lunch, we forgot our dog, whatever. We got to have balance. And I think that the Emperor energy is the discipline and the authority to always be considering the balance, the equilibrium, right? we get too much of this fire energy. And not that it's a bad thing to be this full of fire, but it could exhaust you physically. It could, it could kind of burn the things around it, right? Fire should be used responsibly, right? Should be contained in an appropriate vessel, at some stones or some kind of a fire pit or something, or a burn barrel, I don't know. So that it doesn't cause any problems outside of its container, So it doesn't cause any harm to the things around it. That it can be utilized for its purpose, and it can be dedicated to why we've built it. Why is it here? Well, it's to light the environment, to provide illumination. It's to ward off predators, right? It's also a symbol that other people know we're here. It's like a lamp or like a beacon. And that is all about this ace. So controlling this fiery energy and bringing it all into an ace. Now the ace can be turned into a 2, a 3, a 5, a 9, 10. Any of the fire cards, can come out of this ace. So this is the primordial fire, the spiritual fire, the source of all of that fire. What do we need it for? Are we trying to hold it up as a torch to let other people know we're here? Is this our candle in the window? Is this the torch that we're holding up to illumine some dark area of our environment? Is this some protection to keep unwanted energy away? Is this just our own personal little space heater, just to keep ourselves warm, right? When we're out here in the kind of the unknown wilderness. So this fire can become anything we want. And I think through this journey, it's become a lot of different things. It's become your decision, your wisdom, your deciding moment. It's become your discipline, your authority, your control. It's become this the ability to grab the reins of this tremendous impulse energy, right? This warp speed kind of energy. And this is also your enthusiasm, your bravery, your courage, your sense of invincibility, really. So it can become anything, and I think we need to make sure that we give it a purpose before it just kind of like becomes a wildfire, right? We have to put this fire into its proper container, its proper channel. And that is symbolized by this, the 9 of Wands. This is fire that is now built into us as a foundation. It is fire that now we've kind of like, what do they call it? Banking the coal or banking the embers or something, where you keep the fire with you in a very kind of small, it's a very hot but very small, easily transported container, so that wherever you need it, you can then make another campfire, or you can make another torch, or whatever, So it's keeping that coal burning and alive so that you can use it for whatever you need it for. And I think that this is, in this future scenario of yours where you've found your home, where you've reached your destination, I think it's time now to pull in all of this fire energy, consolidate it, chamber your coal, and use it for, just as I said that, this candle went out. It's smoking now. Chamber your coal so that you can invoke this spiritual fire for the next part of your journey. Because, yeah, you've reached this destination now, but it doesn't mean that your work is over. It doesn't mean that your spiritual progress and evolution doesn't mean the journey is over, right? Now there's probably even more to do. Now there's more things to create, more experiences to have, right? And you're going to need all of your strength, all of your courage, all of your energy, your spiritual will, force, and fire to do all of those things. And this now is such a connection with that fire and with that spiritual reality that anytime you need it, that fire will be there. Your willpower will be there. Your connection with the divine, with spirit, will be there as you need it. For whatever comes next in your journey, this card is the real strength. Strength is not just a show of force. Strength is the ability to know what type of force to use, how to use it, and where to use it. There's more strength in having your coals or your embers, chambered, I think that's the phrase, than it is to just be a raging wildfire. There's more strength in that control, that containment, because then it could be used, it could be transformed into anything that you need. Right? I hope that comes through in this reading. I hope that makes sense. Let's do the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. The little frog did not tell me what that card was. I asked and asked, but I was denied. I feel like more fire is coming out of this. I can't feel anything else other than fire, right? So if we're talking fire, we're talking major arcana. We already have the Emperor. I don't think it's going to be another Emperor. We have more fire energy. It could be the Eon or the Judgment card. That's fire. That's pure fire. But what about the control of fire? What about the Strength card? What about the Strength card? Indeed, it is the Strength card. And that's what we're talking about with strength. Now, the key word even for this Nine of Wands is strength. It is the idea that there's more power and strength in controlling the fire energy than there is in a raging wildfire, right? And there's more usefulness. It shows greater strength in us, in our character, to be able to tame that beast, right? To be able to pull in all of this fire. Because right now, as it is, there's so much fire here that if we don't get a handle on it, we don't tame that fire energy and control it, it's just going to burn everything around us. It's going to burn us. We're going to burn out. It's going to be exhausting, right? That's not a show of strength. That's not what it is to be a strong person. Got to have this. This is the control over your ability to transform this fire into anything. Your own magical power. Right? This is you owning your power, your fire, your magic, being responsible with it, for sure. I apologize for my voice. I'm going to have to take a break after this reading. But this is tremendous energy. And this is, I think, the perfect confirmation. Perfect confirmation. I'm very excited for this period of time for you. These are timeless readings, which means whenever you happen to be watching this reading was meant to find you. Okay? Thank you for suffering through my voice. Hopefully it will be better the next time around. We're going to go ahead and do an extended. If you want to stick around, please click on the link that's right there. I'll drink some water before I do the extended. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.